What's up everyone, Evo Revolution here, and it's finally time to start ranking Generation 6. Now, Generation 6 is a little bit of another controversial generation due to how easy X and Y actually were in the main series of games, but for X and Y for me, I personally do enjoy the games, and it has a lot to do with nostalgia of the fact that they're the games that kind of restored my faith in Pokemon and allowed me to believe that even though I was getting older, that I wasn't too old for Pokemon. And that's why X and Y for me personally have a special place in my heart. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with these rankings. So we got the tier list already made up. S is going to be perfect, F going to be the worst, non-available. We got 3 Hisuian Pokemon and 1 Mega. Hisuians and Megas will be done separately at their own time, but we'll go ahead and get started. This is going to probably be really short, considering that the list of Pokemon is the smallest. Kalos was the smallest group of Pokemon that they've ever released. I think it's only like 72, 73 Pokemon. But we'll go ahead and get started with Chespin. Now, Chespin, I do think is cute. I like Chespin, and I think he's actually really cute. But I'm going to put him in B because I do like him, but I don't think he's anything more than likable. Quilladin, I don't like Quilladin. I think Quilladin's kind of a bad design, and the transition from Chespin to Quilladin to Chestnut is pretty meh. Chespin, in my opinion, is good. I do like Chespin, or Chestnut. I do like Chestnut. I think Chestnut is cool. And I like the tanky appearance. What's actually interesting about the Generation 6 starters is that they all kept a theme of Chestnut being the tank, Delphox being the mage, and Greninja being the rogue. And those are like RPG character classes, which I love that, even though the generation of starters weren't the best, in my opinion. Fennekin is cute. So I definitely put Fennekin as B. So I do like Fennekin. Braixen, I don't really feel anything for. I feel like it's pretty meh to me. And Delphox is definitely D. I don't think Delphox... Actually, no, honestly, Delphox is an F. I honestly hate it. I hate the design of it a lot. I felt like they could have honestly done something much better with Delphox, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. Froakie and the entire Greninja line. To me, honestly, one of, if not the best line. And, you know, it's kind of, you can sit back and say, well, you're just overrated, Greninja's overrated. And it's like, yeah, cool, whatever, but I mean, it is. It's arguably one of the greatest starters of all time. And it's arguably my favorite starter and possibly even one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. Yeah, Froakie, Frogadier, Greninja, and Ash Greninja. Absolutely phenomenal designs from start to finish. Bunnelby. I think Bunnelby is cute and definitely deserves to be in a B tier Pokemon, where Diggersby is not that exciting, and I'll put Diggersby down here at C. Fletchling is cute, so I'll put Fletchling at B. And Fletchinder is another B tier Pokemon. Talonflame, honestly though, is one of my favorite regional birds, and honestly an S tier in my personal opinion. Phenomenal design. Absolutely loved watching it in the anime, and I had one on my very first team, and I was absolutely thrilled with it. Scatterbug doesn't do anything much for me. Definitely a decent C though, and Spewda's kind of the same way. Vivillon, though, is a very interesting Pokemon due to the fact that it has 18 plus different patterns. I think there's even more beyond 18, actually. And I love that. I love the fact that they did something special with, like, the regional bug rather than just making it exist. So, I think it definitely deserves an A tier spot. Then you got Litleo. Litleo I love. I love Litleo. I think it's an adorable little cub. Pyroar. I think the mane on the female is cool. Well, the hair on the female is cool, but the mane on the male one is a lot better. Just definitely a better design. Flabebe which Flabebe is cute, so I definitely think it should be over here in the B tier. Floette, I would say is a B tier, so I would go ahead and slap it right there. Florigis, honestly, doesn't do much for me. It is cool that these Pokemon have different colors too. I believe they have 5: red, blue, yellow, white, and orange. I think that's really cool, but other than that, I think they belong in the respective tiers that I've placed them in. Skiddo and Go-Goat, I love these guys. I think they're awesome, and I think they definitely deserve to be an A tier Pokemon. Pancham is a cute guy. He's cute, and I'm going to throw him in the B tier. Pangoro is a really cool buff evolution of Pancham. I'm going to put Pangoro in B, because it's one of those Pokemon that I look at, I think it's cool, but I've never really used it. Still a really cool Pokemon. Furfrou, I think it's cool that it gets a lot of different forms, but I'm going to slap it in the C tier because that's about as high as I can do it, because I personally don't care for it that much. Esper and male Meowstic and female Meowstic, I think they're all B tier. I think they're very solid design Pokemon, and I think they definitely deserve the B tier slot. Arguably my second favorite line of Kalos in general, the Honedge line. I think they, honestly, I absolutely love these Pokemon. Honestly, people can probably make the argument that they're not S tier designs, and I get that. But for me personally, I love the concept of it being a ghost basically haunting a sword. And Aegislash in general is just a sick Pokemon. You can argue with me about Honedge and Doublade not being S tier, and that's fine. But Aegislash, in my opinion, is an S tier. You can't change my mind on that. Spritzy is kind of one of those C tiers that I don't really care too much about. Aromatisse is definitely absolutely atrocious. A Ballerina Plague Doctor was not the best combination, and they should have went in a completely different direction. Swirlix is definitely a C tier. I don't think Swirlix is anything special. Slurpuff is okay too, but I'm definitely putting him in C. Inkay is cute. I'll put Inkay at B. Malamar, that's a scary guy. That's a scary guy. I'm not the biggest fan of Malamar. I wouldn't use a Malamar. Binacle is cool. I can put Binacle down there at the B tier at the very least. Binacle can be a B. Barbaracle, I believe, is definitely a solid A tier. I think it's really cool design, especially an evolution of a Binacle. So I definitely think it deserves to be there. Skrelp, I'm going to go ahead and put in the C tier. I think Skrelp is kind of like, he's kind of cute, but not cute enough to be something that I like. Dragalge is a cool poison dragon, but other than that, you know what? I'll put him in the B tier. I think it's really cool, honestly. Clauncher and Clawitzer. I think Clauncher is actually a decently designed Pokemon. So is Clauncher. Like Clauncher and Clawitzer, I think both of them are really cool, and I do love those guys. Helioptile, I definitely think is a B tier. Definitely deserves to be up there, B. And Heliolisk is definitely a B tier as well. I honestly think it's a really good design Pokemon. One of my favorite fossil Pokemon of all time, and it's hard to argue with it when it's literally Tyrant is a baby T-Rex and Tyrantrum is a bigger T-Rex. Honestly, it's hard for me to go against that. Amora, I'm gonna slap Aurora at the B tier. I think it's really cute, but that's as far as I would go ahead and put it. Aurorus, I think Aurorus is definitely another B tier Pokemon. I think it deserves that spot for being honestly a really cool like Bronchiosaurus. Sylveon. I love Sylveon. I don't think it's perfect, but I do love Sylveon. I think Sylveon was a great addition to the typings for Eevee, and it made Eevee even have more variety to it. So I definitely think it deserves to be an A tier, arguably an S tier Pokemon for me. Hawlucha, without a doubt, a S tier for me. Like, honestly, he's another good one, a very nice, strong design Pokemon. I absolutely love the Lucha Libre Wrestler. Just perfect. Dedenne is definitely a B tier because even though it's another Pikachu clone, I do think it's cute. Plus, gave it the fairy typing, so it kind of makes it a little bit better. Carbink. Whatever. It exists. It's there. It exists. I love Goomy. Goomy is adorable, and it has a special place in my heart. It probably, honestly, to a lot of people, does not deserve the spot that it's gonna get, but I'm giving Goomy an S tier ranking. I absolutely love this guy. I almost don't even understand why. Maybe because it's purple. I love it. I love Goomy so much. Sliggoo is a B tier. I do like it. A lot of that has to do with Goomy. If I didn't like Goomy, Sliggoo probably goes in C. Goodra is A tier. Awesome Pokemon. Borderline S tier, just like Sylveon. Fantastic design. Klefki, I don't care too much about Klefki, so I'll slap them down at the C tier. Phantom, I'm going to definitely put Phantom over here at the A tier, as well as Trevenant, because I honestly think these are some of the best ghost grass spooky design Pokemon that they've came out in a while. Punkaboo and Gourgeist are honestly almost as good. I just think these are a lot more cooler designed, but these guys are not far behind, but definitely B tier in my opinion. Bergmite and Avalugg are B tier as well. Design-wise, I think they're cool. Bergmite's cute, and Avalugg's just kind of a beast, and I do love that. Noibat is going to go in the A tier. I absolutely love it. I think it's adorable. It's one of the most adorable Pokemon out there. I just love it. It's honestly almost perfect too. Noivern. Noivern is an S tier Pokemon in my opinion. Honestly, an absolutely phenomenal design. A flying dragon, like one of the first primary dragons, or primary flying dragons, but has a sick looking design. Absolutely love it. Xerneas, Yveltal, and Zygarde. I think they're a good trio. I don't love any of them. I'm going to go ahead and put them all in the B tier. I think they're good. But I don't love them. I think they're good. I do love the dog. I do love the dog. I can't deny it. I know it's only the 10% form, but absolutely adorable. And if the Zygarde core version was in here, I'd probably go ahead and put it in B tier too. Zygarde 100% form. I honestly love this thing. I'm definitely going to put it in A tier. I think it's way too over the top to be considered a Pokemon, but I love it. I love the Megazord theme behind it, and it's a beast. In Pokemon Sword and Shield with the raid dens that they did, it was a beast to defeat, one of the hardest bosses, and I'm honestly glad that I was able to accomplish that and actually catch it in Sword and Shield. DNC, I don't really mind that much. Hoopa, I honestly don't like at all. Hoopa Unbound is cool, but it doesn't save because it's a part of Hoopa. Volcanion is a B tier, in my honest opinion. I don't think it's cool because it's like one of the first water fire, if not the first water fire typing Pokemon. But other than that, he's likable. He's got a neat design. So now for me to rank the Pokemon in the S tiers. So I'm going to go ahead and start with Ash Greninja, because I think Ash Greninja has the best form. Greninja itself will go after that. I'm going to do AG Slash, Sword form first, and then Shield, just because why not? I think I'm going to slap... and, you know, you can merge these two together if you want. That's perfectly fine, but I'm just doing it form just in case. I'll probably put Tyrantrum after. And then probably do Talonflame after that. Noivern, I do love Goomy a lot. I think we'll go ahead and slap you here. Hawlucha will be right here. And I think that right there, that looks good to me. I think that is right there how I would rank my S tier Pokemon. And I think this is how I would rank Kalos altogether. So I'll go ahead, wrap up this list. I appreciate y'all for watching. Please like and subscribe if you like this type of content with these tier lists. I will probably get to doing the shiny video at some point soon. Let me know in the comment section below if you believe that some of the Pokemon that I ranked were too high or too low. Kalos, I honestly thought that the overall group of Kalos Pokemon was a strong group. There wasn't a lot of Pokemon, but I think that also created a lot of good and consistent Pokemon, unlike Unova, who had 156 Pokemon, and they had a lot of meh. But Kalos, I think, kept the list down condensed, and I think they came up with a lot of great designs. But, guys, I can't wait to do this with you guys at a later date. But until then, later.